Hey Taurus, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. I wanted to do a bonus reading for you guys. A little bit late, but happy birthday to all the Tauruses out there. I hope you guys celebrated and had a great birthday. I have been beyond busy. I have just finished the final stages of a project that I'm working on. I'm developed, or created rather, an oracle deck. So that's why I have had not a lot of time to be on the channel, but better late than never, I guess. So look forward to a little more details coming out about my oracle deck. It'll be probably in the next coming couple weeks, by the beginning of June, I'd say. All right, general reading for you guys, bonus reading for your birthdays. I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, you can contact me below in the description box to set that up. I'm also booking into June because that is very full for me as well. So let's see, one more shuffle. Taurus, what is the energy for Taurus? Taurus energy. Let's see what's going on with Taurus. There's your card, guys. Taurus, the Hierophant. This is great. So Taurus, you're putting all the focus on yourself right now. I think that what that is telling me is that you're kind of committing self-commitment, self-devotion, committing to Taurus, putting all of your faith, your healing, your belief. You're kind of like, if some of you are single, you're like, I'm just married to myself right now. I'm committing to myself. So this is a good energy, Taurus. I feel like it's all about you at this time. I'm going to leave that at the very top of the reading. I feel like, let's see here. What's this about? Okay. You've gone through something here, Taurus, and that might be why you are fully focusing on yourself. You've got a Ten of Swords here. I feel like, now some of you, I'm just going to say it like this. Try not to feel sorry for yourself, or try not to look for sympathy in an unhealthy way from others, okay? Try not to sort of poor me, or, I've been through so much, so I deserve an apology, or I deserve emotional, all of that stuff. I would say here that there's a little bit of holding back. Let me clarify. It's like it reminds me of like a wind up, like a toy. Like you've got to kind of reel it back, wind up your energy, wind up all the things that need to be gathered in your life. And then when you're finished winding up the toy, it has the energy, the gust to go do what it is you need to do in life. So there is this thing maybe about winding up your spending, pulling back on the money, pulling back on where you give your energy, especially Taurus, if you're exhausted, okay? Try to pull it back. Try to hold on to the energy for you. Remember, you're committing, or you're giving yourself the most amount of attention, and you have to preserve some things, energy, maybe money, maybe time, so that you have the energy to sort of go into the direction that sort of is the next phase for you, or where you're heading, what you want to sort of get prepared for. But there's this winding up thing. There could be something around that, like a wind up watch or a wind up little toy or something like that, that is giving you a reminder. That's kind of the visual I'm receiving. I do feel that there is somebody here who is giving you some emotional support, or they do sympathize with you. They do want to help you. They want to be available on an emotional level. They do feel for you at this time if you've gone through some painful endings there with the Ten of Swords, okay? So, but I just clarify something here. One sec. Four of Pentacles. Clarify the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, see, it is financial. Five of Pentacles. It's about saving, holding on to your money, your assets, pulling back, gearing in, reel in your money you're spending, Taurus, because I was clarifying that Four of Pentacles and we have the Five of Pentacles. Some of you have to, it's a little bit of a retreat energy. It's a bit of a turtle shell. The turtle's going to pull in order to protect itself. Okay, you could be out grazing in life and you realize like, oh, something is making you, again, wind it in, reel it in, draw in. So I get a bit of a turtle energy. You might want to look up the animal spirit of the turtle, but it's kind of like a thick-shelled, maybe there's a thick shell, a tough skin, but it still has its fears. It still has to retract. It still has to stay safe. So there is something here that you have to protect yourself. You have to preserve yourself, your energy. You have to retract when it is time to kind of go within or go into your little home. Maybe some of you is just about cozying up with a blanket and a cup of tea and just, retreating, going into your little shell and being comfortable in your body. Okay, I feel like the turtle, that's kind of like its shell, it's its body. So there's something about going inside and guarding or safeguarding or protecting that. It's interesting because this Five of Pentacles, now that I look at it, it kind of looks like a turtle shell. You see like the circle, and it's almost like that's where the legs would pop out of under here, So there is a bit of a turtle energy. Look that up for turtle animal totem spirit animals. See, Taurus, you don't have the energy, the time, you don't have the obligation to listen or, give to other people who may be the ones playing the victim card or the poor me, or you've got your own dealings to take care of right now. So there's priority over, listen. It's almost like if you can't be brought down any further by somebody else who's in a very difficult or victim mentality or something like that. You have to pull back and sort of like, I've got my own dealings right now. So there's something there that you might also, have a little bit of energy or surroundings of people who are in a bit of a tough spot as well. So just find your own peace, collect your own energy, your thoughts, be within yourself. You need that energy for future time frames here with that Knight of Wands. You need your energy. There you go. Four of Swords. Sleep, rest, exhaustion. There it is right there. Just confirming. Okay, take your time out. Step away. Be away from people, places, things, friends, everyone. Just some people might be saying, what happened to Taurus? Where is Taurus? I haven't heard from you in a month. You've been low key. This is a time that either you need to be, or you should be, or you want to be low key. And I think it's all about protecting yourself, protecting your energy, protecting your body, protecting you. Two of Swords. Okay, I feel like that's you not, you can't help other people with their decisions if you can't help your own. Okay, let's just see about that. Two of Swords. The Fool. Yeah, I can't make decisions for your journey. I can't make decisions for your path. That is your free will, your free journey. This is what you may be saying to a friend, or what you may need to realize, that you've got your own decisions to make. You're not in a position right now to make decisions about other people's paths, other people's journeys. This is a time for you to really sit within, again, collect and think about this new beginning that you have to go on, a new path. You are going to get your energy up and going again, Taurus. I do feel that there's something here where you're sort of, and maybe that's also a part of your path. You might be saying, I'm not sure what I'm doing right now. I'm just going to rest. I'm just going to sit within. it's like I don't really want to make any decisions about making any moves. I don't want to make any big decisions about, I'm not just going to take a leap of faith and not know why or what I'm doing here. You really want to make conscious choices. And it's definitely, I think a lot of you might be benefiting by not getting involved or needing to be the person of reason or the person of advice to those around you. It's just like, I can't make that decision for you. You're going to have to go and figure that out. I've got my own things right now. You're not in that energy of, there's a certain energy when you have the ability, the resource, the energy, the experience to give other people. And sometimes you just can't. You've got to pull back. Any other healing advice for Taurus? Again, I could always do a love reading, but I feel like right now for you, Taurus, this is focusing on yourself. It seems like I just want to ask about other healing advice for you, because I feel like relationships, the ideas around those may not be your priority right now. Even if you're in one, you may have to go within and spend some time alone or focus on you while you're in a relationship. But is there any other closing thoughts or healing energies or advice for Taurus, please? The biggest, the Five of Swords. Yikes. What's going on with this? It's like, pick your battles, Taurus. Pick your battles. Where can you put your time, your energy, your money? Who do you have to say no to? Who, you may be afraid. I don't know. Sometimes people are afraid of confrontation, so they say yes to everything. And I feel like you've got to really you've got to pick your battles here. The King of Cups. Okay, so speaking of love, relationships, but I feel like this is about, again, there's something here around emotional confliction or confliction around maybe love. There could be a conflict there could be emotional conflict or conflicts in love. And maybe that's where you're just saying, like, I just can't right now. What is this about? Why did that King of Cups come flying out? Five of Swords. What's this energy around? What's the advice? Healing advice, I would say, is to really love yourself here. Put a lot of your love, pour it into you. Again, pick your battles. The Lovers. Holy cow. I'm sitting here saying, like, what about relationships? What about relationships? And here we go. So we've got a bit of a choice here. There's Gemini energy. So again, in relationships, whether it's love, friendships, business, family, whatever, there's a little bit of sort of trusting. I feel like this is sort of saying, stay close to the ones who really love you. Trust in something. But right now, whether you're in a healthy relationship, whether you're single, it's like, you have to focus on or sort of pay attention to the positive emotions, the good feelings, the loving feelings. Something might be bothering you in a relationship. Right now may not be the time to bring that up. Okay, try not to create a fight. Try not to create disturbances, or it's like, bite your tongue. Oh, I'm not telling you what to do, Taurus, but sometimes it's okay to just, keep it peaceful right now for yourself. It's like, that's bothering me about my partner, or that's bothering me about relationships, or whatever. But you know what? I'm just gonna stick that to the side for a sec, because I've got to take care of my own needs. I can't get involved in conflict. Okay. I don't think you can really afford that. So pick your battles, choose how you want to see, and try to it might be a good opportunity for you, Taurus, to practice coming from a place of love at this time. Come from a place of forgiveness, compassion, love, gentleness, versus normally if you had all kinds of energy and time and you had, the capacity to pick a fight or to stir the pot or to speak your mind about something that's pissing you off or something that annoys you. And right now it's kind of like, I'm just gonna rest. I'm just gonna not go down that road. We'll deal with that issue at some point. It's not going away unless you forgive it completely and just say, okay, I'm just gonna love my person for what they are, what's going on here. I'm not going to get into a bit of a battle or a conflict. You've got to try to, smooth over for now is kind of what I get. And I get that in your reading even before this came up. Interestingly enough, I like I said, even if you're in a healthy relationship or you're single, it doesn't matter. The battle or the conflict or the struggle or the challenge of relationships, because they're not exactly easy all the time, is sort of not a priority at this time. Okay, Aries, Gemini, and of course the Hierophant being Taurus are your main. You're at the top here, Taurus. This is a time that is 100% focused on yourself. This is about, pulling back, going into your little turtle shell, protecting yourself, hiding out, doing the things that you need to do to stay warm and dry, okay? You can't make decisions in an exhausted state of mind, okay? So you can't even take leaps of faith sometimes because we're so exhausted to take on the unknown. The unknown can be very energy, draining when we're like always in think mode, always trying to navigate something that we don't know. Even if it's like, I get this feeling of like an airport and it's just like wholly exhausting, right? Flying, because you're always on alert and you're in this new space with all these people. It's exhausting. So there's something about that. Oh wow, this is good, guys. Taurus, you got the Thunderbird, supernatural power and guidance. Everyone has a task in the grand plan. Transform your powerful inner fire into light. The divine messenger of the Great Spirit stands by your side, reminding you to remain aligned to the Creator and to your heart in humility. Look out for your inner fire, which you sometimes have to walk right through in order to handle it appropriately. If you have played with the fire and got burned, learn from your mistakes and forgive yourself and others. If Thunderbird appears to you, you will be given a second chance. This bird teaches you to properly guard the fire power, that torch of life, and to direct and channel these forces so that they are in harmony with the highest creative powers. So that's that thing about like properly guarding and channeling where you can utilize that fire. That's that Knight of Wands, guys. That's sitting over here in the right-hand corner of your reading, waiting to take off, waiting for you to get back up on your feet again and sort of like take charge of your life. But you've got to kind of build up that pile of firewood kind of thing so that you can burn and you can move on that. My nature is fiery. With my wings, I unleash mighty forces. I spark storms and lightning, and I mass together clouds. The beat of my wings is thunder. If you hear it rumbling, I am not far away. Some more meanings: unleashing mighty forces, balance and harmony, igniting new energy, dissolving negative collective fields, and mastery of fire power. Your affirmation: I live the light from my heart's center and acknowledge the fire of the soul that burns within every living creature. I am divinely guided. So I think that's also part of the Hierophant, guys, being at the top of your reading is the divine guidance, okay? So this is definitely something of a divine energy and being divinely guided. And again, don't be afraid if you're feeling that inner fire, it needs to be kind of dimmered or simmered. It's you're being divinely guided. Listen to that inner guidance that you have within yourself as well. Don't ignore what you're trying to, maybe go out and always please everybody or take on all these challenges or all these other things that you may not have enough fire there to do that at this time. You've got to save that for yourself. Okay, Taurus, thank you so much. Happy birthday, guys. Wishing you all the best. Please don't forget to hit the like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like. I appreciate everyone's support. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Take care.